What's the good word, Josh? Your boy DKB here. So, as much as I love Robert Saleh, I don't know if it's him, if it's a communication issue between the performance staff, the front office, the player, the coaching. I don't know, but easily the most frustrating thing about Robert Saleh in his tenure is that, as honest as he tries to be, we can never get a clear response about players when it comes to the health issues. Mekhi Becton, Duane Brown being the most recent one. We went from Thursday's press conference advising of the hip injury, but feeling good about him being able to go out there and still play on Sunday, to him being downgraded to out, and then now him being on injured reserve, meaning we won't have him for 4 games. And he was supposed to be a critical part of this offensive line for Aaron Rodgers, which will now be for Zach Wilson. And the prospects behind him don't look great. So a lot of us are thinking about what the best starting 5 unit will look like. Moving Mekhi Becton right back to left tackle, inserting Joe Tippmann somewhere. Ideally, we're going to get rid of Laken Tomlinson and put him into a backup role. Connor McGovern, Elijah Vera Tucker, you can argue moving over to the right side, and then you bump up somebody like a Wes Schweitzer. And maybe these make sense, right? You want to talk about some of the moves in addition to Duane Brown going on injured reserve. Such as us elevating Chris Glazer for the Patriots game. So Chris Glazer, we've had him on our practice squad before. He's a guy that has some pretty strong upside, right? Was formerly on the Chiefs practice squad before we brought him. He has the experience in college playing left guard and right guard, and he helped the University of Virginia. I don't think it's University of Virginia, but he helped UVA to a top 3 offense. Both in the passing and the ground game. So obviously there's a bit of upside there, and they chose to put him on the practice squad over the enormous tackle guy Ryan Swoboda that we signed. So for what it's worth, they obviously love what they've seen so far, and I think this is sound reasoning to say they are concerned about the depth, even though our interior spot is better. Then the tackle position, it will make sense that maybe Elijah Vera Tucker is going to be on the move again for reasons why you would just bring somebody like Chris Glazer up from the practice squad. We also ended up, signing Sam Iguavine, the linebacker with the special teams ability, to the 53-man roster, and then we brought Xavier Valade, the running back to the practice squad, which I'm glad to see him return. You guys know from my scouting breakdown video how high I am on him, but our offensive line, it's in turmoil right now, right? There was a few of us, especially around draft season, when I was running through videos, doing mock drafts, kind of breaking down a bunch of offensive line prospects. When we had the former Jet scout Daniel Kelly on, a lot of people were clowning him, but he wanted to use the majority, if not all, of our draft picks on offensive linemen because it was that critical for us to have a decent starting 5 in front of us. And now he's looking right? A lot of us are sitting here looking dumbfounded that we have all of these pieces in place, but we can't protect a quarterback, regardless of if it's Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, etc. And we can't really get a ground game established. We did good in week 1, terrible in week 2, and now we're facing the Patriots, who historically have had our number. We've talked about the 14-game losing streak. And so this is going to be a pivotal moment for the New York Jets because at least for the next 4 games with Duane Brown being out, we could be looking at a new established starting 5 unit. Elijah Vera Tucker was the backup X-factor weapon for us on that offensive line with his ability to go out there and I won't necessarily say dominate, but play at an elevated level at pretty much any position we slot him into. So I think it makes the most sense for us to have Becton and AVT out on the tackles. Joe Tippmann, he can be your center or he can be your guard. I think it makes the most sense to maybe play him at guard right now. Keep Connor McGovern in there, and then again, you move up a Wes Schweitzer or somebody like that. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. A couple things, right? One, what do you think is the reason we keep having these injury miscommunication issues in terms of timelines and what the expectations are, and two, what would be the starting five position that you roll out for the Patriots. And I'll catch you guys again. Peace.